The world is a very complex place, and one thing that simplifies it is when you have children, and you would do almost anything to protect your children. Any parent would. It's instinctive, it's natural, it's right. And the idea of losing a child for any reason is just, to any parent, you know that there's a part of you that's gone. Your life is, in a certain sense, over. You will not get over it. I have friends who've lost their children for a variety of reasons, and they don't get over it. You never do. You go on, but you don't get over it, and you're a wounded person the rest of your life. I know the dangers of playing football, and I worry about that for my own son. Horrible experience last year when he was knocked out in a game, and he was motionless on the field, and it was terrifying. I was helping out as an assistant coach, you know, for this team, and things went through my mind. It was just like whew, colors, a kaleidoscope of fears, of terrors, of remorse, of blaming myself. And as it turned out, he was only unconscious, knocked out. Not that that was good, but I didn't know. Was it Darryl Stingley? I played against Jack Tatum, who paralyzed Darryl Stingley. I know Darryl Stingley. Jack Tatum was first team All-Big Ten. I was second team All-Big Ten right behind him. The idea of the true danger of tackling somebody, of the awful things that can happen at his worst moment, is always in the back of my mind. You know, I see myself in certain ways, and in other ways I see an entirely different human being. He's actually more aggressive than I was. I think in certain ways he's not as careful as I was at that age. I didn't play tackle football at that age. I didn't play tackle football until my freshman year in high school. And I tell you the truth, I kind of don't think kids should, but they've got it. And he played when he was in 7th grade, going into 7th grade, and now he's playing going into 8th grade, and I can't stop him. And it worries me to death. And I know exactly what my mom felt, who was always just horrified and utterly terrified that I wanted to play football. And I just laughed at her. I pat her on the head, and she wasn't going to stop me. There was no way. I mean, I would have left home, and she knew that, so she couldn't stop me. But I understand now her fear. The irony of being a guy and being a dad and being a man who's played football as a boy, even though you have a boy, you have this reluctance to let him get into it. But you know what that reluctance is? I realize, and I keep telling myself, it's a reluctance of wanting to see your child grow up and leave you. It's that separation thing. The realization that this little kid whose diapers you changed, who was a little guy who clung to your leg, is now looking you in the eyeball, and he's becoming a man himself. You worry about the injuries, but you know, you worry about life, and the injuries life can bestow upon your kids. And God knows we'd protect them from everything if we could, but we can't. And I think, you know, this year, I don't know, but I think I'm ready to release him into the arms of football. It was a little traumatic for me last year, but I don't know how I can deny it to him. Everything is going to end. Everything that we care about, everything that we love will fade away. That's not religious, that's not anything, that's just a fact. That's a scientific fact. And so knowing that, the whole question is, what do we do in the wake of that knowledge? I'll play football. That's a pretty damn good answer.